Lasalle Street Church was started 120 years ago, and it was started by people like us, people, many of them at that point were immigrants in the neighborhood. Most of them were Swedish, none of them particularly wealthy. There were a lot of bricklayers and a lot of tradespeople. And when you think about what they sacrificed to do to build this church, to build a sanctuary in the city, it's pretty moving. The foundations that they built are the ones that our church rests on now, and it's quite remarkable to think about now building on those foundations and doing something in significant ways to allow these doors that they erected to open wider to all God's people.
So it's farewell, my own true love, and when I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that leaves me grieving, but my darling, when I think of thee.
I first came here when I was a week old, and I've grown up here, and it's really a family. Instead of one sister, I have a whole bunch. I have dozens of siblings, and instead of two parents, I have a whole bunch of parents who all love me. I can have a whole bunch of adults that I can talk to about anything. My mentors or people in the youth group, when I can just talk to them about any situation. I don't just have to be stuck with my two parents. I think LaSalle really gives me this wonderful gift of love and grace and community, because I can be feeling horrible and then walk into these doors and just feel loved.
Again, what we do best is probably being intentionally relational with the students and keeping it small, keeping it family-like. This is like an old-fashioned one-room schoolhouse in some ways, and so all the students get a lot of care.
What does LaSalle mean to me? A diverse community of believers working in the body of Jesus Christ. Black, white, red, and yellows. Yes, we're all God's children. I guess we're all God's children. No matter what color we are, we're all God's children. All LaSalle's children got shoes, as they would say. We're poets, musicians, lawyers. So you ask me, what does LaSalle mean to me? It means singing, screaming, dancing on Sunday morning, jumping up and down doing the Holy Ghost. Yes, a diverse community of believers working in the body of Jesus Christ. It means a reunion of people like Bruce Otto, Bill Leslie, Bill Vallon, and like myself. So you ask me, what does LaSalle mean to me? LaSalle means potluck on first Sundays, concerts, musicals, taking a stand on different issues. We might not agree with each other, but we're still brothers and sisters in the Lord. So you ask me, what does LaSalle mean to me? 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 Well, what does LaSalle mean to you?
The Senior Center for many of the seniors is the face of the church. Not only the face of LaSalle, but the face of the church in general, because this is how, for many of them, they relate to the church. LaSalle Senior Center is a place in the neighborhood where seniors can come to get help, where they can come to serve, and where they can find a place to belong.
What excites me about Cornerstone Counseling Center of Chicago is the ability for us to be a bridge in the community, to reflect our community culturally, ethnically, religiously, and to also economically.
In the stillness, you are there. In the secret, in the quiet hour, I wait wholly for you, 'cause I want to touch you. I want to see your face. I want to know you more. Let's sing together. In the secret, in the quiet place, in the stillness you are there. In the secret, in the quiet hour I wait, only for you.
It feels like this is our time to contribute in a meaningful way, to build on the work of the past and to reach that work into the future. I am so impressed and humbled by the fact that God has used this church to be a place of change for change agents.
Like so many others who come through the doors of Lasalle, I'm just so pleased to have the privilege to serve in this capacity and to be able to open up doors for our volunteers and our guests. And it has literally changed my life. As some of you know, I left a prosperous business in New York and moved here so that I could work in the inner city. It's been a real learning experience for me. God's given me a heart for this, and those around me at Lasalle have really encouraged that, and I'm so incredibly grateful for that.
For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Please turn to those around you and greet them in the peace of Christ. We enter into this bigger story of God, this bigger line of God's people, and we enter in at our own places, you know, and right now we're entering in 2006 as they entered in 1880, but you enter into this mighty stream and you go to the line, you do your part for that little window of time. And that over time, God is building that into this rich cathedral of God's work on the earth.